Hi everyone, this is Dao Chai. We are here at the University Library, so we're going to be looking at Oracle and we're going to be entering and posting manual journals. Okay, so let's start with a little inspiration. So success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better than the day before. It all adds up. Dwayne Johnson. Okay, so um, let's log into the system, all right? Navigate to general accounting, right? Then navigate to journals. Okay, so this is going to take me into my journal work area where I could see any journal requiring attention. Those are incomplete and any import errors, right? So, but I want to create a journal, so I need to come to tasks. All right, so go to create journals. Okay, so the journal has three components: our journal batch, our journal header, our journal line. Every journal has to be associated with a batch, but actually you don't have to enter a batch. You just enter a single journal, then you can start entering your information in the journal header. But the system will automatically create a batch for you. Okay, so let's enter a batch with a couple of journals in it. This is going to be July accrued and adjustment. And I'll just copy this into the description. My accounting period has default into the current period, but actually you can choose any open or feature entry period to enter your journal. You can only post a journal in an open period, so you won't be able to post a future entry, but you can prepare journals for a future entry period. Okay, so now the source of our journal is manual, and I can change that because I'm entering a manual journal. But if you had journals coming in from payables, receivable, what have you, then they will have a source of where they'll come from, which is payable and receivables. So the source identifies where the journal comes from. You can require journal approval, but we don't, and you might be using budgetary control and having to check funds, but again, we're not using that. Okay, so down into journal header, into the journal header. This is my July accrued journal, and my ledger default in is coming from my data access set. Okay, and then we need a category. Now the category is the type of journal that you're doing, and I'm doing an accrual. So currency is default to my ledger currency, but you could choose any foreign currency that have been enabled. And actually you can leave currency blank and enter currency in the line if you want to. Okay, so then we need our account information. So I can use this list of values to select an account, or I could type directly in there if I want to. So we move down to the journal lines here, if you can see. Okay, so let me search for my account. Now I'm going to do a facility accrued. So I could search on the description, and I could search on a value. And then the other segment of my chart of accounts have defaulted in, but you could override those. Again, you got a list of values, but if you know what you want to put in, you could just type it in. Okay, so Again, you got a list of values, but if you know what you want to put in, you can just type it in, and then you enter your amount and description. And I need to come down to my second line and enter my accrue account. Okay, now that now there's another thing we could do here if it's enabled, and that's something called an alias, which is a word that means an account combination or partial account combination. So if I search for accrue expense, then I don't need to know the account, what the account is. I could just choose the word and put in the account, and it puts in the account for me. Okay, so, and then also we have the reconciliation reference. We have something called journal line reconciliation, and if you're using that, you could put in the reconciliation reference, which makes it easier to reconcile these journal lines for the accounts that you enable the reconciliation for. Okay, so that's my first journal. And now I could put more lines in, but I'm just going to keep it simple. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to add another journal to my batch by using this plus sign over here. Okay, so let me just show you that we also have a projected balance. So if I refresh that for my selected account, which is my accrue account, it tells me what my impact my journal line is going to have on the balance. So I can see whether you're expecting the right result there by using this projected balance. Okay, so but anyways, I'm just gonna add another journal to my batch. So this is my adjustment. So somebody posted something to the wrong account and I need to move it. Or maybe they posted to the wrong cost center, whatever, but I need to move it. So this is gonna be a category called adjustments. And actually, if you start typing, then it limits the choice for you and makes it easy to find a category. Okay, so come down into the line 1, and I'm just going to type the account. And this is going to be credit because it's going to be the wrong account because it has gone to the balance sheet cost center, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to transfer to cost center 121 into the next line, and again I could type it in if you know the account, and then put my debit in there, and this is airfare, and then I'm going to save, right? So now it's saved. Now up until posting the journal, you could do anything you like to them. You could amend them as needed, but once posted, you're gonna either have to reverse it or enter another journal if you need to correct anything, but I'm just gonna post it. Now if you got the privilege to allow you to post, then you see the post button here, and I'm just gonna choose to post. All right, it sends it off. A process to post my journal and update my GL balance. So I'm just going to hit OK. Right, so then we'll cancel out to back to my journal work area right here. So that's how you enter and post a manual journal in a GL. Okay, thank you.